Check 1 2. What up, it's Bruh Law. This is a Monday morning producer motivation. Let's get it. Alright, so I came up with a topic. Y'all gonna be with me while I'm making my coffee. What makes you superhuman? You know what I'm saying? That's a wild question, right? What makes you superhuman? Everybody on this planet is born with gifts. Some people are really great listeners. Some people are really great speakers. Some people have really great brains. They're like uber smart. Some people are really great at, working a forklift. Some people are great at climbing. Some people are great at reading really fast and doing math and all of these different things. So when you gauge people and you look at people in general, there are a few things that we all can do. Unfortunately, there are some people who can't do what the normal or what is considered normal human can do. But we all have certain skills like walking, talking, processing information. Some of us more quicker than others. But what I want to highlight is your super skill. Everybody has a genius in some area, and you have it. You have genius in some area, whether you've explored it or not. If you haven't, you know what I'm saying, I just kind of want to convince you to take some time out to figure out who you are and what you can do. But everybody has some type of superhuman skill. I tell people all the time, a basketball in Michael Jordan's hands, or Kobe, or LeBron, or Curry, or any of the greats that you would name, even if they're not playing anymore, just their signature on the ball is worth a lot more than what it would be in my hands. So if you look at the contracts that basketball players are able to amass just from their skill with the ball, and you look at their ability to get advertising, get on Wheaties boxes, and get endorsed by Nike and all these other shoe companies and whatnot. It's pretty amazing stuff. Now, if you put a basketball in my hands, it's going to be worth less as soon as I walk out of the sporting goods store. So, what I want to highlight is superhuman skill. Superhuman skill. Everybody has it. And being a producer, when you compare yourself to other producers, which I don't recommend doing, when you highlight some of the skills of different producers, you'll see that some producers have really great kicks. Other producers, their kicks really suck. When you look at some producers, they have a really great mix. Some producers, they make a dope beat, but the mix is so whack. Some producers can even master. They'll make a 4-bar loop sound like it should be on the radio right now. Other producers, 4-bar loop sounds like garbage. Great concept, great samples, great mix. But we're gonna do some doctoring to this. So what I'm getting at is that you as a producer have a certain amount of superhuman abilities. Some producers can take something as simple as the high ends on a particular beat and just really go in and make the high end of that particular beat or song sound so nice to the ears. Other producers, you listen to the high end, you tearing up the tweeters. How do you tear up tweeters, bro? You know what I'm saying? How you tear up the high end? You're piercing people. People's ears are bleeding from your high end. But I want to encourage you this morning, figure out what your superhuman skill is in production and feed it, fuel it, put gas in it, put the firewood on it, burn it, and put the oil on it, burn the midnight oil on your superhuman skill, and start to feed the things that you're really, really good at. Feed those things, feed them, and spend more time doing those things that you're really good at, and less time spending on what you don't have, and how you can't do this, and the money that it's going to take to get somebody else to do this, and da 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 da. Focus on your superhuman skill. Focus on what you're really genius at, and just make it really, 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 really good. And what you will accomplish by doing this is like a fish in water. You're swimming. You take a fish out of water, you know what I'm saying? He can't breathe. Go to the place where you flourish. Go to the place where you can do something that nobody else is good at. And bask in that, and grow in that area, and continue to make the best music that you possibly can in the areas of your genius, in the areas of your superhuman skill. If your mix is off the chain, maybe something you need to get into is mixing. Maybe you can charge people, whatever a pop to mix songs or mix albums. And when you find your superhuman skill, nobody can touch you. When you figure out what it is, your God-given gift, you start working in the area somebody could challenge you on and be like, man, I could do this better than you. It's like, okay. All right, sure. You know what I'm saying? Step up to the mark then. And when the gun fires, we're going to take off. And when I smoke you, don't say nothing. That's the thing. People are intimidated by the ability to be able to be superhuman. People are intimidated by the skill level of others. And a lot of times stuff is photoshopped. You will look at certain things that people are doing and somebody else made the beat, but they fronting like they made the beat. You'll be looking at some things and you'll be seeing supermodels on the cover of magazines, and then you got these little 16-year-old girls going under the knife, not knowing, they want to look like this particular model, and that was a Photoshop. You feel me? But what's wild is that if you're able to get into your zone where your level of genius is firing on all pistons, and you're working on that particular area where it becomes second nature, like riding a bike or dribbling a basketball, then you can start to work on those problem areas where you have to be honest with yourself and say, where am I not superhuman at? What's my flaws? And then you can begin to work on those areas as you operate in your genius as well. You firing on all pistons in your genius, but then at the same time, you're looking at your flawed areas like, okay, this is the area where I need to improve. Let me spend some time on that today. Let me spend an hour on that today. And I just want to motivate you to look at your entire landscape or scope of skills. Look at all your skills and the things that you're trying to do, the things that you don't know how to do, the things that you're great at. Highlight those things that you're great at, but at the same time, find the areas that you're weak as well, and then map out a plan to be able to get stronger in those areas as you flourish in your superhuman strength areas, your superhuman genius areas, or your gifted areas, as they will call them. A lot of people might have a problem with me calling it superhuman. I don't care. I think that when we operate in our genius, it's far beyond what we can do with our own natural ability. I think that it's something that we can operate in that nobody can control and nobody can take it away. The only thing we have to do is just step into a place where it's like, as soon as I put these headphones on, boy, you know what I'm saying? Just like a Usain Bolt. You know what I'm saying? Or just like I could name any athlete. I could name most top 10 artists that play piano, like a Scott Storch. And some people might argue that he's top 10 or no, whatever. The dude is insane. But when you listen to the sonics of some producers like Dr. Dre, you know what I'm saying? you realize that, you know, there's a gift, there's a superhuman gift in that area that even if Dr. Dre was to step out of the lab and hand you a file with his template, and he was like, yo, here's the template, the mixing template and the mastering template for what's one of his epic albums, The Chronic. Here's the mixing template. Just go and plug it into Pro Tools, and then you still wouldn't be able to do it. You still wouldn't be able to touch Dre, even if you had his template. And so my goal with this particular producer motivation this morning is just kind of encourage you guys to look at your strengths, highlight them boys in your head, and then just go hard. Be a go hard on it, and then at the same time find your areas of weakness. Look at those, be realistic with yourself, and just iron those out as well. Spend a little time every day on those as well. So it's brother, it's been your Monday morning producer motivation. Go and make some heat, make some bangers, and I'm out here with you. All right, go hard, man. Go hard.